Hey, checking in with you again about the benefits of a whole food plant-based diet because they're so profound that I just have to keep coming at it from different angles. So just to clarify our terms here, we know that a whole food plant-based diet is predicated on fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, legumes, nuts and seeds, as well as cultured foods and sea vegetables. So there's such a plethora of foods involved, but they all are so powerfully healthy and nutritious that when you put them together and base your diet on those particular foods, tremendous things start to happen. One thing that you'll find is interesting is that if you had a tendency to overeat in the past, you may no longer have that when you're eating these healthy, fresh, whole foods. Why? Because we have a mechanism in the back of our brain, and it's called the appestat, and it has a few different functions, and it does coordinate with certain hormones, but essentially what it does is it registers the nutritional density in the foods that you eat. So when you eat something incredibly great for you, like a huge kale rainbow salad as just one example, the appestat goes, oh, nice, like nutrients are really coming in. So you finish the salad and you're so well nourished at that point, and you're so satiated because, again, you've met your nutritional needs so beautifully. So the opposite of that is looking around the country and saying, wow, half of my fellow Americans are overweight or obese, and yet they're terribly malnourished. So how can you be fat and malnourished? Because you're getting empty calories or calories that don't have a lot of nutrients involved. So the problem when you eat poor calorie, poor nutrient foods like fast food, like, things made with white flour and white sugar, like highly processed food. I mean, you know what fried foods, you know what unhealthy foods are, right? So when you're eating foods that aren't very good for you and don't have a high nutritional value, guess what? The appestat is like, okay, like where are the nutrients? And so you keep on bringing the calories in, but you're not getting the shut-off mechanism that happens naturally when you satisfy the appestat nutritionally. So without that cutoff point, it becomes so easy to overeat, especially if you're eating foods that are low fiber, because you don't get full on those in the same way that you do with whole foods that have plenty of natural fiber in them. So a few different things we've touched on here. We've talked about nutritional density of foods and how that works in your brain when you're dining. The brain uses the appestat to actually register the nutrients. So the healthier the food, essentially the less you need, and the more unhealthy the food, the more you're likely to eat before you get that registering that you're full. So let's think about that. We'll talk more about all of that soon, but I appreciate your considering because it's pretty important. Thank you.